Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be the narcissist is looking for your reaction. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please subscribe. So I'll jump right into it. In the narcissistic relationship, one of the key pivotal instrumental things the narcissist is looking for, it's your reaction. It's how you will react to their behavior, how you'll react to the words that they use, how you will react to them being present or not being present. Virtually, the whole relationship is built on your reactions to the narcissist and their poor behavior. So I'll jump in right here. Let's say in the beginning of the relationship, when you met them, let's say it was a romantic interest as an example, or business associate or neighbor, colleague, something like that. What did they do? They sized you up. They figured out exactly who you were and what they could take from you, and how many hoops that would make you jump through. Think about it. Let's take the workplace bully for an example. Let's say your boss is a narcissist and you went into work not even knowing anything about narcissism. Your boss interviewed you, things were going well, you put your guard down and you started working more and more hours than you were accustomed to or that you were supposed to be doing, working. What does a narcissist do? Well, then now they begin texting you at odd hours of the morning or evening, on weekends, holidays, birthdays, things like that. And they're looking for a reaction out of you. They're looking to control you and disrupt your energy and your life outside of the office. Think about it. And what they're waiting for is for you to go into the office one day, stand up for yourself, and then tell them, no, I'm not going to do this. And boom, they get a reaction, and boom, you look like you're the bad guy. Think about this. That is a sliver of reactive abuse in a nutshell, but the point is they want you to react. And they put you in a position because A, you need a job, so B, you are working as hard as you possibly can, most likely taking on more than you should. They know that. They will get the bonus in the corner office. You will get to work weekends and not have a vacation, and most likely you will have quit that job and moved somewhere else, or HR will politely let you go. And the reason why that is because they have the narcissist back, because the narcissist doesn't care. All they care about is the bottom line and disrupting people's energy. That's one example. Let's say it's a romantic interest. When you met the narcissist there, what happened? Well, again, they sized you up. They figured out what your dreams, goals, aspirations were. Maybe if you wanted to have kids or relocate, or if you wanted to fall in love, looking for somebody to complete you, these kind of things. Again, that's before you knew about narcissism. You probably had your rose color tinted glasses on, and you believed that most people on the planet thought like you. They don't, they won't, and they never will. Unfortunately, it's a tough pill to swallow, but it's real. But the narcissist was looking for your reactions. Let's say, example, that you were supposed to pick them up at 5 o'clock on Friday, take them out on a dinner date. Well, what happened there? Let's say that you were there at 4:45. This is when you were dating the narcissist, as an example, or a person who turns out to be a narcissist. Just say you're there 15 minutes early. What happens? Well, of course, the narcissist won't be on time, and they will make you wait. Many times they'll make you wait 20, 30 minutes, maybe even an hour, maybe longer, who knows? But they're waiting to see how you react. Are you calm? Are you centered? Are you stoic? Do you tolerate the poor behavior? Or do you say something? They're testing you all throughout the relationship. And what happens is, let's use the romantic interest again. Let's say you fall in love with the narcissist. Remember, first of all, the narcissist did not fall in love with you. They are incapable of love. We know that now. And they lack empathy. But having said that, is they knew that they had you once you fell in love with them, once you professed your love to them, once you said the magic words, I love you, or let's relocate, or let's get married, or let's have kids, or let's start a family, or yes, I'll loan you money, or yes, I will pay for the mortgage and put it under your name so you can have the house and I'll be living to pay that off the rest of my life. Things like that. When the narcissist gets these key instrumental things under their belt, in other words, they know about them, they are now waiting for you to react. Think about it. Once they have you where they want you, you're now in the spider web of manipulation, and you don't know what you're up against. And many times you are isolated and you are alone, and you will be reacting to what the narcissist is, their poor display of behavior is happening. And you find yourself more and more losing your sense of yourself and becoming more and more like the narcissist. In other words, you were tolerating the behaviors you never thought you would tolerate. You're saying words you never thought you would say. You're experiencing things you never thought you would experience. Perhaps you, like I mentioned previously, perhaps you experienced reactive abuse, which means you blew your top once, or you stood up for yourself, or you said no, the strongest word in the English language, or you put a boundary up. And what happened? Boom, next thing you know, you are the bad guy because you stood up for yourself, because you could not take the abuse any longer. You could not take being slashed by 1,000 different paper cuts each and every day. These things add up over time. And what is the narcissist doing throughout the body of the relationship when you are in the devaluation stage? They're waiting for you to react. They know this. Many times the narcissist will do a reverse discard on you, and simply they will have you discard them, or you end the relationship, when in fact that's what they were looking for the whole time, but they didn't want to do it because you were still providing some source of supply for them. But when you do that, and let's say you end it, as a small example, well, what you're doing is you're trying to save your life. You're trying to save yourself. The narcissist, they want to keep you in that web of manipulation, and also what they want to do is have you be the bad guy so they can play the victim card and move on to the other source or sources of supply who are waiting in the wings for your relationship to be disrupted and or end. Understand this. There are so many layers to the narcissistic relationship, but what the narcissist is waiting for is for you to react, your reaction. Same thing with a text. Let's say the narcissist is texting you. Well, when you're in the narcissistic fog, believe me, you're groomed and taught how to respond or reply as quickly as you possibly can. You will drop whatever you're doing at a moment's notice to react to the narcissist text. And many times they will ask you where you are, what you're doing, who you're with. Can you get this at the store on the way home? Can you do A, B, and C? And you're thinking, well, wait a minute, I'm paying the mortgage, I'm taking care of the kids, I don't exercise anymore, I lost all my hobbies, I'm putting in more time at the office because to provide for you and your lavish lifestyle, and I'm not, there's nothing for me, but yeah, I'll do it. I'll keep doing more. What else should I do on the to-do list? You find yourself saying things like that, and I'm not making light of it. The reason why you find yourself doing things like that and saying things like that is because you believed you were in love, but most importantly, you were in love most likely, but you were being groomed and trained, and you knew back then if you said no, or if you reacted, hey, I'm not doing that, I need to go home and I need to exercise. Well, what's gonna happen? When you get home, you're gonna get a ice cold greeting at the door or in the house, and you will probably experience a rage fit, gaslighting, the silent treatment. You'll be treated like you don't even exist. So that's texting. Another thing, remember, when you text, flip the script for a minute, when you text the narcissist, what happens many times there? I'll tell you what happens. Many times they don't read it. Many times it will look as if it's been read. You'll get the double check marks or whatever it is on your device, and they won't respond to you. Why? Because they're invalidating you. They're acting like they have such more important things to be doing. And when they do that, again, think about it. Stay with me, stay a step ahead here. They're waiting for you to react. They're waiting for your reaction, for you to come to them when you finally see them after they didn't respond to your text, and you to say to them, wait, why didn't you respond? I saw you read it, and it's been 8 hours, and like I saw you on your smartphone, but you didn't respond to my text. And they're like, oh, I was just too busy. Oh, I was with so-and-so. They were giving me compliments, so I was just listening to them. Or, oh, I forgot, or my battery died, or I lost my phone, or I was just too busy. And you're thinking, wait a minute, I'm married to you, as an example, and you're not even treating me properly. You're not even responding back to my texts. This is a real example. This happens all throughout the planet. It's happening right now. Right now, it's happening. Because the narcissist, remember, the more you're in these relationships, the more you tolerate poor behavior. The more poor behavior you tolerate, the more they're waiting for your reactions. On the channel, I suggest frequently to learn to respond, not react. Let's take the text as an example. If the narcissist or a toxic individual is texting you, again, they're trying to wind you up, consume your energy, disrupt your day, etc. But now, with the wisdom, what we do, first of all, my hope is any toxic people that you are engaging with, that you have the ability to block them, go no contact, delete them, remove all fly monkeys and people associated with them, if you can. If you can't, this is a pro tip for you. Read the text when you want to, but don't read it immediately unless you absolutely need to. Read it, put the phone down, go for a 10, 20-minute walk, or get back to work, or do whatever you're doing. Don't react or respond immediately. Don't. Think about what the message is, think about what you want to respond, and then when you're ready, you can type back what you want to, but no longer are we typing back monologues to a person who's just trying to disrupt our energy. No longer are we sharing information with them. Again, they should be blocked, but the point being is you need to untrain yourself. You need to become ungroomed. You need to become unavailable. And to do that, this is one pro tip for you. When you get the text from a certain individual, either A, don't read it, B, read it later, C, do one of those two and don't respond immediately, and D, do one of those first two and then respond hours later or a day later, whatever you want to do. Now, if it's an emergency, I get it. Be there, help them out, do whatever you can do. But if it's just an average text trying to wind you up while you left an old smelly shoe at their house from 6 years ago, well, you get my point. So the narcissist is waiting for your reaction. It's the same thing when they're triangulating you. Think about triangulation, my least favorite thing that these creatures do. They're pitting you against another individual who may or may not exist to get you to work harder for the relationship. And they're putting themselves, i.e. the narcissist, in the middle. And they triangulate people over and over and over again until they get the message. That's why they are constantly dropping hints to you. Oh, so-and-so said I look beautiful today. So-and-so gave me a compliment on my hair. So-and-so gave me a compliment on my outfit. So-and-so said I'm the best employee. So-and-so said I'm the best mom or dad. So-and-so said I'm the best whatever. And you're thinking, but wait, I tell you those things too. And what's going on here? I'm your spouse. Why? I don't get this. Well, right there, they're testing you. They're waiting to see if you're going to react again. Are you going to defend yourself? Or are you going to take the bait and start working harder and harder for the narcissist? It's only one of two things that will happen. One, you get the message and then you understand, wow, I'm in a really not good relationship. I need to find a way to exit this, get an exit plan. Or two, you take the bait because you don't know about narcissism, because you weren't taught this in school. And what happens there? I'll tell you what happens there is you work harder for the narcissist and you become more and more of a shell of yourself. Your resources are becoming depleted at a much rapider rate now, which include your health, time, money, energy, effort, your looks, your social status, your people you surround yourself with, your tangible assets. Everything's becoming depleted. And the narcissist knows this. They're watching you. They're keeping an eye on you. They're waiting for your reactions to their poor behavior, because all it's going to take is you to do one thing: stand up for yourself, experience reactive abuse, call out their poor behavior. And what happens? Many times, boom, the next day, you're gone. You're discarded. Why? I'll tell you why. Because they've been wearing that heavy concrete mask with you for a period of time, and it's getting extremely cumbersome, and they don't want to wear it any longer, and they're pushing you to either A, discard them or end it so they can play the victim, B, for you to experience reactive abuse, similar, but this is where you're completely painted as the bad guy, even though you've been tolerating years of abuse, and finally one time you said something and boom, that was it. Or C, they have the replacement lined up a long time ago, and that person's getting antsy. In other words, they've been waiting in the wings for perhaps months or years, and they're saying, hey, when are you going to leave your spouse? Like, what are you doing? I'm sitting, you see me 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week, and yet you go home to your spouse every night. What's going on? I don't get this. Now, this isn't the case with everybody, but it is the case at times, because the narcissist has other sources of supply, whether you're married or not. It's not just you, and they're waiting for your reaction, because all it takes many times to end these relationships, in other words, to get discarded, is for you to put up a boundary, to say the truth, to call out their poor behavior. And they can't tolerate that. They can't handle it because it's reality. And the narcissist does not live in reality. They live in their own tiny little pea brain movie that you are just an extra in and or were. Think about it. Again, side note, for the new supply or new supplies, don't think that they're living their best life and that they have it so good. They don't. They're being abused just like you were, most likely at a rapider rate. And yes, to the exterior, it may seem like they're living their best life and they're traveling all over the globe and they have all such great things. Really understand what's going on. That is meant for social media. And many of those pictures are used with filters. Many of those pictures are not even real. And if you are focusing on the new supply and your ex, i.e. the narcissist, then your energy is not going where it should be. Your energy should be placed within yourself. Remember, where you place your attention is where you place your energy. There's a caveat there. If the relationship ended for you recently, I understand. You're gonna have a lot of healing to do. You're gonna have to put a mountain of work into yourself. And in your time, you will heal. You will have to heal childhood wounds. You will process what narcissism is, that the relationship wasn't what you thought it was, that the narcissist most likely never loved you, and that you were manipulated and taken advantage of. The whole time, the narcissist is waiting for your reaction. Before I close the video, let's jump on the Hoover for a minute. Let's say you received a Hoover. Well, why did you receive a Hoover? Well, most likely they're not blocked everywhere, or they found a way through your lines of defense of lack of communication. In other words, they found a way around your insulation bubble and they Hoovered you. Let's say they sent you an email or dropped something off at your front door or sent a flying monkey to check in on you, whatever they did. Number one, you should not accept a Hoover because nothing good will ever come from it. But number two, let's say you did. Well, what's the narcissist doing there? That's right, you get it. They're waiting for a reaction. They're waiting to see if you will take the bait again. They're waiting to see if you will strike up the relationship again. They're waiting to see if you've healed. They're waiting to see where you are on the healing path. They're waiting to see if you have the wisdom. They're waiting to see if you can say no, the strongest word in the English language. This is what they're waiting for, a reaction. And this is exactly why, and really another pro tip for you, please do not accept a Hoover. If you accept it, what you're doing is you're going to be setting yourself backwards, whether you know it or not, and you will not be feeling good about yourself. You could actually go way backwards. Now, each and every one of us is built differently. Each and every one of us has strengths and weaknesses. I get all that. Point being, if you accept a Hoover, and then let's say the narcissist discards you again, well, that's not going to be good. Drop comments below if that was you, or if you know someone that happened to. Because what the narcissist is doing is they are pumping up their fragile ego by using and manipulating you into believing that you could go back into the relationship again. But all they're going to do is pull the rug out from under you one more time, and again, and again, and again. Why? Because they're waiting for a reaction from you. They're trying to make themselves feel good at your cost. Think about it. It's so abundantly clear. So the narcissist is always waiting for your reaction. It's when they triangulate you. It's when you are in a restaurant and they are paying attention to their smartphone more than you, and you're sitting there like a trained puppy dog looking at them, hoping they're going to at least acknowledge you. But no, they're on social media, or they're taking selfies, or they're giving the waiter a hard time, or they're batting their eyelashes to complete strangers all around the room. They are physically present, but they are not mentally checked in with you. They're anywhere but with you. But what are you doing? You're paying for the dinner. You're making them look good. You are giving them your attention. You are waiting to see what the narcissist will do, and they're expecting a reaction out of you. That's why these relationships are one-way relationships to Destructionsville. They don't benefit you in the past, the present, or the future. They never will. So if you know individuals who are consuming your energy, your time, your resources, and it is not a reciprocal relationship, I strongly suggest you exit the relationship. Begin understanding who the priority is. It's not the narcissist. It never was. It's you. And remember, before I close the video, learn to respond, not react. Reacting is not the path. You want to make informed, educated decisions on who you will communicate with, on what you will do, and remember, you will do things in your time when you're ready. That is called being in control. Guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed. Continue to become awakened and aware, and understand you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. Please get the message. The narcissist is waiting for a reaction out of you. They've always been waiting for it. Don't give it to them. Starve the food source, which is your reaction, and empower yourself. Guys, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. God bless you. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Bye, guys.